Hello, good morning. We are going to discuss in a topic chemical equation. Chemical equation is a symbolic representation of chemical reaction. Symbolic representation of chemical reaction is called chemical equation. For example, here is a one chemical reaction. Methane reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide, water and energy. And if we represent in symbolic form, methane is written as CH4, oxygen is O2, and it forms CO2, 2S2O plus heat. Means chemical reaction represent in symbolic form is called chemical equation. Reaction. Substance that starts a chemical reaction. Substance that starts a chemical reaction is known as reactant, and product means substance that produce during chemical reaction. Substance that produced during chemical reaction is called product. For example, here is a one chemical equation. Here, hydrogen gas reacts with oxygen to form water molecule. Here, hydrogen and oxygen and gas are reactant, and water molecule is product. In what are the essential of chemical reaction? A chemical equation must follow certain prerequisites, which are as follows. For proper representation of chemical reaction, and there are some essential for chemical equation. Some of them are the reactants must be written at the left hand side. Reactants always written at left side, and products must be written at the right side of the arrow. Product must be written at the right side of the arrow. And chemical equation must be balanced by switchable number. It means the atoms at reactant side and product sides must be equal in number in atomic form. Okay. Hmm. It means chemical equation must be balanced by switchable number. The number of atoms in reactant side and product side must be equal. And third number is in chemical reaction, elementary gases like hydrogen, nitrogen must be written in molecule form. And the hydrogen, nitrogen must be always written in molecule form. For example, 2 S2O, S2. We shouldn't write H. We shouldn't write O. S2O2 must be in molecular form. And what are the significance of chemical equation? Chemical equation have two types of significance. One is qualitative and another is quantitative. Qualitative significance tells us the name of the reactant and product that involve in the reaction. Name of the reactant and product. And quantitative means number of molecules involved in the reaction. Quantitative always says number of molecules involved in the reaction, and it also gives information of number of reactants and products, and it also gives the relation of mass to mass, mass to volume of reactant and products. For example, here is one chemical reaction, and we are going to find the significance of given reaction. Here NaOH reacts with HCl to form NaCl and water. First one is significance. In qualitative significance, here NaOH means sodium hydroxide, HCl means hydrochloric acid, NaCl means sodium chloride, and H2O means water. Here sodium hydroxide reacts with HCl to form sodium chloride and water. It is qualitative significance. Here we can see in quantitative significance, one molecule of NaOH reacts with one molecule of HCl to form one molecule of NaCl and one molecule of water. One molecule of water. And here we also seen 1 mole of NaOH reacts with 1 mole of HCl to form 1 mole of sodium chloride and 1 mole of water. Here the atomic mass of NaOH is 40 AMU and HCl is 36.5 AMU, sodium chloride 58.5 gram, in water 18 AMU. 18 AMU. In 1 mole sodium hydro in mole form 40 gram of NaOH reacts with 36.5 gram of HCl to form 58.5 gram of NaCl and 18 gram of H2O. This is the significance of chemical equation. Now we are going to discuss some limitation of chemical reaction. There are some limitation of chemical equation. It fails to give the following information. These are the limitation. First one is it does not tell physical state of substance, solid, liquid or gas. Concentration of reactant in product, it does not tell the concentration of reactants. It is highly concentrated or diluted. And it does not tell the speed or rate of reaction. And it does not mention the condition of the reaction, such as temperature, pressure, catalyst for starting reaction. And it doesn't tell exothermic and endothermic. Exothermic means heatable and endothermic means it absorbed in a chemical reaction. How can we make chemical equation more informative, or how can we remove such limitation of chemical equation? Let's discuss here. We can remove limitation of chemical reaction in following ways. First, physical state of chemical substance noted as S for solid, L for liquid, and G for gas in molecular formula. Terms like dilute, DL is denoted for dilute, and CONC for highly concentrated solution or concentration of substance. DIL for dilute, CONC for highly concentrated or concentration of substance. And similarly, condition can be mentioned as below. Here is a chemical equation for ammonia formation. Here N2 reacts with nitrogen gas reacts with hydrogen gas to form ammonia gas. Here iron is used as a catalyst and molybdenum as formatum. We can written as Fe catalyst is like this, and the pressure is 200 to 300 atm, and temperature is 450 to 500 degrees Celsius. We can mention such condition is like this. This is an example. And fourth one is exothermic reaction can be represented by addition of heat energy along the product side, and for endothermic reaction can be represented by subtraction of the heat energy along the product side. For example, the ammonia formation is also exothermic reaction. Here heat energy is added along the product side. Thank you.